So you have to hold on within those process. You see, you have to keep trusting God every step of the way, even in your relationship. Some of us, you might have been in a relationship where you are sure that it is God that led you into that relationship, but you are in the relationship now and there are ups and downs, and it felt as if, did I hear God in the first place? Did I even hear God? It was my flesh that led me into it. Go back to God, be patient, and let Him give you a second touch. Let Him give you a second, confirmation, or even a third one. God is not tired of speaking to us. If you are not sure of something, you have to go back. You can keep going back. It will not chase you away. You are His daughter. You are His child. He would always tell you what you need to know, especially if you are sincere with Him and say, Father, this thing you told me to do, I'm not sure. Should I still go on? Is this you? Show me a sign and He will show it to you. Number 4 is that we must stay close to God until we see clearly. We must stay close to Jesus until we see clearly. You can see that man, Jesus took him out. When we read it, just took him out of the multitude. Like the man yesterday also. Those that brought him just took him from them and took him out of the village. You see, and that is a place of intimacy. I said it yesterday that a lot of us, a lot of believers sometimes are afraid of being alone. A lot of believers are afraid of solitude. I remember there was a time I was in a meeting with some ladies and we're talking, and this person was, we're talking and the conversation was going around the place of, solitude, seclusion and everything. And I could sense in the room, because I was bringing the perspective that, see, there's going to be a stage in your life where it feels that there is no one around you, where it feels that you are the only one alone on the path that you are traveling. But I could sense from 1, 2, 3, 4 people that talks, I could sense that a lot of people, especially ladies, are always afraid to be alone. Let me tell you, as a child of God, if you are locked in a room for a week, you're not supposed to be bored. As a child of God that has the Holy Spirit in you, if you are locked away in a room for a whole week, you are not supposed to be bored. In fact, you're supposed to be excited that you have a time alone with the Holy Spirit. You have a time alone with your Father. But I find it hard where people don't even go on personal retreat. Believers, you don't go on personal retreats. You don't have it. You're always talking to someone. You're always on the phone. You're always on social media. You don't have a time alone. What time do you have to meditate? What time do you have to talk to your Father? So you can see that Jesus, before Jesus could heal this blind man, He took him away to a place of intimacy. Some of us, sometimes the reason why, it feels as if that thing we're trusting God for has not come is because we have not entered into the closet. We have not entered into the secret place. We have not entered into the place of intimacy with Jesus. You see, so full healing for that man came only when he stayed with Jesus, when he left the crowd, when he left the distraction. Jesus Christ knows that these people can distract him, and so He took him away and he stayed with Jesus. The Bible says, in the presence of God there is fullness of joy. Psalm 16 verse 11. In the presence of God there is full restoration. So as believers, I want to encourage us, in a year, in fact, in a year, always look for a time to go on personal retreats. I did not say vacation. I said personal retreats. A time alone with your Father. A time alone with your lover, with your God, to hear what He's saying, to get confirmation and clarity, to get the second touch. The number 5th thing that I want us to understand is that your second touch might require patience and total surrender. In fact, it will require it, not might. The blind man submitted himself to the process. He did not say when Jesus Christ touched him the first time and say, oh, Jesus, why can't I see clearly? He was not unnecessarily angry. He was not unnecessarily agitated. He was not unnecessarily offended. You see, he was patient with Jesus. He submitted to the lordship of Jesus. I was saying it yesterday, or was it 2 days ago, that some people can lose their testimonies. They can lose their miracles. We've seen people that went to, healing crusades and everything. They got healed at the crusade, but on getting home, the symptoms came back again, and their faith got shaken, and then the sickness came back on them again, and they would think that the man of God is a scam, and that is not true. And even sometimes when you get your healing, you might need another touch. You might, when you get a test, you get what you're looking for, you might need another touch to complete that process. So that man was patient. Be patient with Jesus. Be patient with your Father. I use the example of a $100,000. You know, you might be trusting God for $100,000 and you have had 20 out of it. That money, God put it in your